I
love
so
that.
if you're good, it's cool.
Let me just check. I can even like cast
Hope
while
your
I'm still
camera
here.
works.
Kidogo. Stream delay. Okay, how much delay?
Hebu
20 seconds ama ngapi?
hebu mpe.
Sawa,
You
tawapea
usually
link.
use 30 seconds to 1 minute.
Haya, acha niweke 30.
Oh, by the
Haya.
way, should I join the caster's desk?
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
really good.
join. Join. Mi niko a bit held up with something else hapa hivi. Sasa I've been leaving a hall peke yake.
Haya, let us see
No worries, I
how
got
this stream behaves.
you.
Hapa I think network tu ndio inaweza kuwa
Welcome
shida.
IQ.
Me, I'm just gonna go live on my channel.
Yeah, as a
For
just in
those who will
case.
be able to have it, they'll have it.
Fair enough.
Yako ikikataa, that's when I'll share my link.
Haya, so let me first send it to Hashim to like test it kidogo. Because for me, think labda network nitakuwa shida. Yeah. Give me a minute. I'm gonna head to the washroom just for a bit as this stream loads.
Yeah, lakini the Xbox 13.0 is crazy work.
No, I wasn't able to see that much. Unfortunate.
You guys can report from history, right?
I know. Do you see the stream?
Yeah.
Let me check. Umeenda kwa channel ya Troy ama?
Hii yangu nimekutumia link.
Okay, that's fine. See.
Alright. You'll have to wait for like 30 seconds uone a difference.
Okay, yeah, naiona and then the audio is good. Yeah, the audio is good. Naiona everything is ready.
Alright. So far no choppiness.
Natumia video.
Yeah, no choppiness. But we'll see
Alright.
once game imeanza.
Haya, sawa. So you can send the thing.
Okay, sawa.
Yeah, my screen is also up.
So far no choppiness.
Yeah, no choppiness.
Thing.
Okay, sawa.
I think niko kwa live ya IQ.
Someone has the stream in the background najisikia bana.
Yeah, it's mine. I'm pausing it.
Okay. Right, nimeshatuma the announcement. I'm ready to start. Niko ready?
Very, very ready. IQ ndio utatu sign in.
Sawa.
Alright, starting.
Umetuma link ya IQ ama umetuma link ya nani?
I've not even shared my link.
Oh.
Like I said, my stream is just like a background nini.
Okay, but yeah, the match imeshaanza.
Are we live?
Nimetuma ya PMN.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, sawa. Mine is also live. But anyway, alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. After a slew of technical difficulties from the past few games, mine included, sadly, we are here to finish off possibly the last games of the quarterfinals of the Afro Arena Championship. I am your host, IQ, and I am joined by the lovely boys.
Al is here together with Ashim and who else? PMN, I guess.
So umensahau.
I guess. Now, I'm not about to get in between your love spat, but in the meantime, we can see bans coming in from both sides. Too easy looking into, or rather, locking out the Atlas with a Mia coming from the side of Royal Supremacy. I'm not sure what the Mia ban is signaling here coming from the side of Royal Supremacy. I didn't get a chance actually to watch the game that just came, that just ended, because as many people in the comments duly noted, we were watching a well, there was really not much of watching. It was more like a podcast. But yeah, from the podcast, I was able to pick off that Royal Supremacy made an amazing comeback in that first game. For those of you who were able to watch it, I'm sure it was peak cinema. Now, seeing the Marcel and the Atlas band, I'm sure we are very used to that. But we can see the Chow, the Shu, and the Moskov coming from the side of Too Easy, respecting the one tricks, as Royal Supremacy has been touted one trick supremacy. Al, what do you have to say about the respect bans coming from Too Easy? As we can see the Paquito being locked in by Boar.
Wow. What a ton of events. They banned their one tricks and then they picked the meta.
Yeah, we can see the side of Royal Supremacy pretty much respecting the current meta with the tree ban. And we can see very interesting picks coming from them. Yeah, I was just about to say, are we not about to see the Nano one trick? Because it was let through. And yet again, coming from the podcast that was just there, it's very clear that the Nana was a menace. Uh, Not sure if it's just that they didn't want to see the one trick supremacy are at least going to be able to get the Nana on their side. As we can see, King Gato on the Xbox yet again. Seems like he had a very dominant game last game. I assume Pierman and Al would be able to tell me more about that. But we can see Amir as well flashing that Melissa, who, by the way, quite dominant as well on the first game, though doesn't seem like she was able to hold her lead. Al, tell us more about the difference we're seeing in relation to the first game.
Yeah, we see one trick supremacy picking Xbog and Nana again. Xbog was very, very dominant the previous game. Mia had a 13-0-3 score, which was actually crazy. And I'm honestly surprised he wasn't banned after all that. Yeah, I think they were targeting the marksman mostly. And let's hope that that decision doesn't come and bite them in their behind again, with the Freya getting picked by Royal
Strong picks looking coming in from the side of Royal Supremacy as we're getting in, hitting his ass comfortably on that ban section. Very interesting that they decided to ban the glue. I guess they saw the Vexana and assumed that Too Easy were picking the counter before they would pick the hero. Not too sure how that's going to do in this matchup. Very dive heavy comp coming from the side of Too Easy.
Laugh and hope
Might
are
be
the
a
two
bit
greatest inventions.
vulnerable to those dives coming in from King Shu and King Gato. Paquito, we're not really talking much about this Paquito, though. In my experience, I'm not too sure how well Paquito does in such a draft. But I guess it will come down to what's gonna happen in the right hands, or rather, if the hero is put in the right hands. Angela Ban coming from the side of Too Easy. Are they?
So, who's next?
Al would back me in saying that we hate supports, and regardless of whatever the reason for the ban of supports, I mean, I support it, but it is still a bit of a questionable ban. Wouldn't you say so, Al?
I'd say so completely, but I think they were more afraid of Angela on top of Freya. You know, Freya is a problem just in itself.
Family friendly stream, by the way.
Yeah. So yeah, Freya is a problem by herself, and with an Angela seated on top of her, she's even much more of a problem.
Yeah, I would say so. We see the Sun and the Cloud coming in as the last bans from both sides, and it seems like I'm not sure whether this Sun and Cloud are respect bans or possibly just too easy, maybe afraid of getting extra dive potential on the Cloud from the side of Royal Supremacy, who we already saw is drafting quite a heavy dive comp on the side. As we have 13 seconds left, what is King Void going to put on the table in the last 5, 4, 3, and he flashes yet another chunky pick in the horse with the big fat staff, and I'm talking primarily about the staff that he carries, not the other one, family friendly stream. We have 2 picks coming from 2 easy. So far the lineup is looking quite squishy in my opinion. I'm not very sure how they're going to. They need something to protect this Vexana, who's going to be putting out a lot of damage NCC, but if she can't get the space to do it, are they going to draft some counter engage, which would be really nice to see here? Something like an Akai, something like Al, what do you think?
Yeah, and then we have Mino getting picked
Play the hero.
by
You'll
2
be the
easy,
truth this world
and
desperately needs.
And
use
the BBC or the BBD in this case, the big black dragon farming from the side of 2 easy with the cow. Oh no!
this cow.
For those who have been up with the cow curse, today is supposed to be the cow's bad day. Is this a bad omen for 2 easy, Al?
Oh, the cow actually had a pretty good game, cause 2 easy. No, Royal Supremacy picked the cow in the previous match, and they absolutely dominated with it. Yeah. Insane region, insane tanking, insane sets from. Let's hope Insidious Silence will actually do a better job this game choosing this cow. Else, well, looks like it's TO and
Alrighty then. We are just about to possibly the last game of the quarterfinals of the AF Royal Supremacy. Not drafting a marksman in this draft. Looks like they are trying or looking with the standard front to back composition. We see the cow, beefy front line, exactly what they needed for this Vexana to be, protected. Yuzong, pretty good source of counter engage, disruption, and backline diving, which is not particularly needed here, but I think for those of you who watched our game, Santa Prime of Aura, my man, was able to, pull off some really good stuff on that Yuzong. Yuzong gives quite a decent amount of space to the teams. So yes, we are getting into the first, or rather the first few minutes of this game, and we can see 2 easy. All of them went to help the Paquito leech the creep, and we can see the horse and Nana clearing mid, getting out some poke damage. So far, very standard plays coming from both teams. The horse looking to give some vision into the blue buff on side of 2 and gets caught. Not someone you should be engaging so dangerously as we just saw the cow do. Oh no.
I think the Caucus is back in effect. It took a short break a bit earlier, but now it's back in full effect. Or maybe it's just a bit too early for us to see the cow's potential,
Yeah. This is not looking very good. A bit of an early game advantage to the side of Royal Supremacy. And we can see both teams so far playing a bit disciplined. Seems like the cow learned his lesson from the first few. They might be looking to take down this lethal. Something a lot of people don't really give the priority it deserves. That lethal wanderer, very good when it comes to showing rotations, you know. And we can see some action in the top lane. Yu Zong and J Paul looking it out. J Paul not on his signet. What are we going to see coming from this alert? As we can see the setting up for the first turtle of the game.
I honestly think this is going to be a free turtle.
Very free and easy turtle to the side of Royal Supremacy, and they might be looking to take down this cow. Boa helps the cow disengage, but might be looking to get caught off herself. Alot takes a solo kill on the Yu Zong, and that will be a 2-for-0 trade, or actually a 3-for-0 trade, considering Royal Supremacy. Blue buff, Deity, looking like it's in a lot of trouble, but the cow decides to disengage. Royal Supremacy looking quite strong this game, wouldn't you say, Al?
I'd say so. Yeah, they have the early game lead. Actually, you know, what I think they learned a lot from their previous game, because they started off well. Mid game was their weak point, and then they came in strong. And we see J Paul Rebirth. No, we see J Paul Rebirth just rotated.
And Amir was a bit low, just managed to barely recall in the face of the horse. This horse versus cow matchup. Horses are more OP than cows, so it may seem, and the cow in a lot of trouble. Not sure if it's going to be able to get up from here. Too easy, looking to make a counter engage. The cow goes in, gets a lovely set. King Void in a lot of trouble, gets poked down by the Panchito, but Arlo made the rotation, manages to pick the cow. King Show goes down, killed, then gets shut down by the Melissa. Very interesting team fight we just witnessed, which I think teams that too easy. Gotta manage to get their mojo back a bit and stop the very fast train that was ramming into them. Family friendly stream, by the way, as we look to set up for the second turtle. I'm a bit questioned by the reluctance of Too Easy to give out these objectives, though. I'm not sure whether it's coming from a point of fear or they have a plan. Al, what do you think?
Was, you know, yeah. Oh, you see, Amir getting.
Oh, Melissa gets engaged. The horse with the big staff, the big rod poking into this Melissa. Wow, Melissa not exactly having a good time against the big rod. And we can see King Void and King Shao walking on the turret at the bottom. Cow rotating with Paquito, possibly to defend the tower. But I don't have the reset. At the top, we see Yu Zong poking the Xbox. Not been able to get much, and never mind. There, Yu Zong, and that will be yet another kill to the side of Royal Supremacy. Wow, Yu Zong got caught lacking, unfortunately. At the bottom, the horse falls to the Paquito, and we can see King Shao trying to engage, gets caught out by the cow, and is very low. Are they going to be able to secure this kill? No, but it does look like they're going to be trading for the tower instead. Very nice. This Paquito putting in some work. 2-0 and 2 Deity. And they managed to get King Shao a killing spree on this Panchito. Wow. Oh, J Paul with the camp almost grabbed Boa, but Boa able to flicker away to safety. What a play. Ow. Interesting plays we can see coming from both teams.
Yes, I'd say yes. J Paul Rebirth with the camp. I think he's number one camp god of the day at this point. And you see King getting engaged on by both the and Melissa. Uses the glorious
as we
pathway
see
to
the
survive,
card
you know?
turtle of the game possibly being set up for, and it seems like Too Easy actually have prior over this one. First turtle of the game probably going to their side. Interesting. It seems like they have managed to stop. Something of note is that Royal Supremacy don't exactly have the best late game. As we see an engage coming in, the cow goes in with yet another set. Are they able to capitalize on it? No, it seems like Royal Supremacy will be able to, or rather the horse looks for the counter engage on the cow, but the cow also going to be able to get out. Or the horse gets caught by the marksman. Deity gets shut down finally by J. Paul Rebirth, the king of camp. And it seems like both teams are going to turret. And I think that trade basically went towards the side of Too Easy. It favors them a bit more. Amir K working hard to farm on this Melissa, as I was saying before the last team fight out. Royal Supremacy need to be very careful, as they exactly don't have late game assurance in the marksman. So if the longer this game goes, the more Too Easy are in it, and we can see King Show in trouble here. Has to bound out to get out. Interesting game so far, wouldn't you say so?
I'd say yes. I'd say Alot and Xbox are going to be the deciding factors of Supreme Royals' gameplay. Yeah, because they both have Sky Piercers. I think for now, it's Alot taking charge, but a bit later on it will be Xbox that is farmed enough, because he can easily target with Sana and Melissa from the backline easily, you know.
Yeah, and we can see yet. Not put time. I'm not sure why Bo was so far behind. Maybe she didn't really have apt information about where some of these people like King Zesty and J. Paul, the king of camp, were. But that will see an unfortunate 2-0 trade to the side of Royal Supremacy as we look at the possible first lord of the game being set up. The horse is probably going to get caught out. The Patito doing so much damage. Is this horse really a tank at this point? So much damage coming from this punch boy. King Show quite low. I don't know whether... King Show almost getting caught out. The Panchito and the cow are able to pick up King Chow, and this might be an easy lord for the side of Too Easy. Are they going to rush it? Melissa is at the bottom. I don't think she knows J. Paul said by the horse, and J. Paul, and it would seem that Amir with the out manages to outplay the pincer. Lovely positioning and lovely plays coming from this Melissa. The micro there was showing quite well. Mia one, him starting to poke the Lord, probably just baiting, as we call it, and continuing to farm up on this marksman. Ow.
Yeah, at this point, I think what's dragging Too Easy down is
1v1. Panchito gets soloed by J. Paul Buth, the king of camp. 8-1-1 on this Arlo. I don't know the decision of Panchito to walk into a bush, but at the top lane, we can see Kingado getting engaged on by the BBC, or for that matter, the B. BBC at the top, the horse and X-Bog as well as Cho, and this is looking like it's going to be a free and easy lord towards the side of Too Easy. What do you have to say about what we did?
I honestly feel like it's.
They have to be careful about Vesti. Vesti might steal this lord if they're not careful. The cow burning the alt just to get Vesti away. Vesti managed to get chaotic turn of events. So Zesty managed to take down the BBD, but in turn, Amir K was able to get quite something as the Lord goes to the side of Too Easy, marching down. Melissa walking on the mid turret. Mid turret goes down. You can see Freya trying desperately to stall the Lord on that lane, and manages just to recall on a few. Putting some pressure on King Zesty. Manages to get away. Panchito and Chao having a 1v1 in the mid lane, and the BBD looks like he wants a say in this. They managed to get the bottom tier 2. As we can see, both teams will probably reset as we wait 2 minutes for the next load.
Too Easy and the Royal Supremacy are actually getting a bit more disciplined, and it's
we can see King Chao getting caught up at the top lane. This Amir 2K on this Melissa just can't seem to quite get the dive they need. And at the bottom, we see Deity able to reclaim his dignity with a 1v1. The score between them now is 1-1. Will we see another 1v1 between the two? As we see another team fight in the middle. King Zesty whiffs the ult. King Gato, Firaga Ama taken down, forced to flicker out to safety. Oh no, he actually didn't flicker out, just forced to get out of Royal Supremacy down by Too Easy, and they are grouping up quite well for these team fights. Too Easy showing quite a dominant mid game so far as we look into into the late game. 9,000 gold on the Panchito that they just didn't respect. I'm not sure why. It looks like it's coming to bite them in the badonkadonks. As we see 20 seconds to the Lord. King Shao forced to use the out. Omir uses the out, doesn't go down alone, manages to take the King of Camp down with them, and we can see the cow disengaging the BBD. Going into the backline, but they forgot, by the way. And we can Panchito gets the inhibitor at the bottom. Cow versus King Show. Fight, as we can see both teams resetting, with Royal Supremacy looking to have more priority towards the second lord of the game. As we can see the cow trying to control the middle, possibly trying to show or trying to clear bushes there. Second lord possibly going to go very easy to the side of Too Easy, and we might see both teams resetting as Too Easy defense.
Yeah, that's why again and again is the King of Cup. That lock
almost gets caught. Amir 2K gets fortunately the cow in a lot of trouble now. Forced to flicker out. He's probably gonna get to safety now. But something of note, the Panchito managed to take down the bottom tier 2, and many people don't know this, but when you take down an inhibitor turret, you get the super minion. Before that, we can see a team fight here, and the cow gets picked off. King Zest being a menace again on this good so far. All the tower safe for
we're about to see another comeback. This is literally
we just might be seeing another comeback, and it's as I said, I was listening to the podcast FC that we got here, and I could tell just from the podcast that basically this is the late game would possibly favor too easy, especially having the max money. She's not doing this Melissa justice, or well, rather, she would be doing it justice depending on who you are. For the third lord of the game, they look like they want to take this lord for free. Cow finally giving vision on that J-Pole bug. It will be important for the cow to keep giving vision on this Alert, because this Alert has been a menace, and we can see an engage coming from the side of Too Easy. We can see the horse very low manages to get out, but Freya gets caught, and that will be how to keep, or rather to give full vision at all times on that J-Pole Burt, because he seems to be doing the most work coming from the side of Royal Supremacy. He's giving them so much space, managing to get off the pickoffs that Royal Supremacy need. But if this cow, the right word to use here, because looking at the goal gap, barely any goal gap, and we're essentially in the late game where most people already have full builds, or those who do not have full builds very close to the full builds. And right now it just seems like it's going to be who can get the better team fight, who can set up for the better team fights, who can give the best vision and communication, as well as callouts. But as I said, late game will be heavily favoring Too Easy with this Amir on the Melissa. So Royal Supremacy have to. J-Paul really has to to do what he's been doing. He needs to camp out this Melissa, because the moment she goes down, Too Easy falls, and you can see the cow going in, possibly trying to look for an engage. Vexana whiffing the ultimate, unfortunately. And it would seem like both teams are going to try to reset. Different coming from the bottom. King Shao almost gets caught out, but manages to jump out. And yes, both teams look like they're going to be doing a reset here. As we look at the fourth Lord of the game. Is this the first game in the whole entire series where we have seen 4 Lords out?
This is they actually had this is pretty much what happened last game, but yeah. To the determining.
Cow goes in. Nana already proc BFD, BBD rather, looking for an engage onto that Nana. King Void gets caught out by the Panchito, and we can see when it comes from both sides, we are not going to be able to see Royal Supremacy being able to come out on top, because that marksman, that late game assurance from the side of Too Easy it's helping them quite a bit, as you saw the damage from the Melissa. And King Zesty whiffing so many outs this game. I'm not sure what the problem is. We can see at the bottom a 1v1, but King Paul says this is not a 1v1 game, and you shall get punished for trying to 1v1, Mr. Big Black Dragon. 3-5-0, not having a very good time. Uncle T, Hashim's goat. But yeah, I think so far we're going to just see both teams trying to reset as we wait for yet another Lord. King Shao pushing in the middle, I did, and they're back to reset. What a long game. I think this is possibly by far the longest game I've commentated on in this Afro Arena Championship. Pick cinema we can see here coming in from these two teams, looking quite evenly matched. The first day of the quarterfinals, so 2 clean sweeps coming in, and today we could see the cow going in. Also misses Zals, but goes with the follow-up S1, manages to clear the Firaga armor of King Void, getting walked on by Amir. The cow, in a lot of danger, manages to flicker up. It looks like Royal Supremacy are playing very aggressively. J-Paul gets caught out I'm not sure his decision to tower dive. Many people would seem to be. I mean, it is a very long game, and sometimes the war of attrition tends to make you make some very interesting plays. Wouldn't you say so yourself, Al?
Yeah, I'd say so myself. And with J. Paul Rebirth gone, that's a Sky PS gone on the side of Royal Supremacy. Now, this brings us to a really interesting odd fight. And King Cho.
We can see King Shao in a lot of danger. I don't know that he knows that he's just about to get pincered. Tries to go off. Deity missing his first punch, but able to land the second. And we can see King Shao falls down. The jungler on the side of Royal Supremacy falls before the Lord. And this might be looking like a very easy Lord to the side of Too Easy. As we can see, the cow is back. So many animals in this game, wouldn't you say, Al? We have a rabbit, we have a dragon, we have a horse, we have a cow.
We have a rabbit.
Is this Mobile Legends? I mean, Molina is technically a rabbit, if we're being honest.
Yeah, and we have Vegito dealing the most damage as a human. Crazy.
Which is crazy work, I would say. So in the question of 100 men versus one gorilla, Panchito seems to be proving that one man just might be enough to solo the gorilla. But theoretical battles aside, as we can talk about power scaling the whole night, we're looking to see Too Easy push with the question mark 5th Lord of the game. As we can see, everybody fully built. Melissa of the boot cell actually running rapid boots. It seems like she really wants this mobility against King Gato, who has been diving her relentlessly this game. The cow goes in to clear the bush. J. Paul gets caught lacking, but is able to do the counter engage. The immortality pop from the side of Amir, but it gets traded for the life of one J. Paul Buck. And we can see the BBD pushing in the bottom with the Lord, having another 1v1 versus King Shao. And Too Easy might be looking to end this very, very endable game. Down goes King Shao, the horse, trying to stall the Lord, not being able to do it. They're gonna relent on this pressure. The cow goes down, but Melissa firing onto King Void. I don't know why she eventually did lock the tower. And Too Easy will be taking game 2 in this best of 3 series. What a game, Al. Very long game, probably the longest game we've had in this Afro Arena Championship. And we can see 21-22, very hard fought battle. But Amir MK on that Melissa, 11.3 MVP, 45% damage. God damn. We can see that the late game assurance definitely did pay off in this Melissa. And from the side of Royal Supremacy, we had King Zesty on the MVP, and as much as he was whipping a lot of ultimates, he still manages to put out a respectable 39% damage, 3-1 and 10 MVP on that global Nana. But looking at the rest of the people, we see J. Paul Buck, who had a very nice early game, was managed of Too Easy, but eventually the cow was just giving too much information to the Melissa, and he kept getting caught out. King Shu not doing too well on that Freya. It seems like the Shu jungle actually favored him better than the Freya jungle. Interesting to say. And we can see the Caucus is probably lifted. The BBD with the only chocolate in the game. I would not put too much pressure on Uncle T. I would say in as much as we're seeing a 3.9 chocolate coming in from Uncle T, he did what needed to be done. He was providing space to the team. The big black dragon with the fear factor was forcing Royal Supremacy to more or less scatter or just, panic. And that was giving Amir a lot of space to rain those arrows. So I think everybody played this game as well as they could have, but I think at the end of the day, it just came down to a draft gap.
Game 3.
And it seems that game 3 coming up soon, we are going to leave it at that.
Everyone is actually ready, so I think we can maybe go straight into it if that's okay. with you guys.
I am
Yeah, you
perfectly
can go.
ready. I have absolutely no problem.
Right then, starting the final match of the quarter final.
So far, the stream is good, Ama.
My stream has been perfect. I've not had any issues whatsoever on my stream. Have 5 guys on my side watching.
I got 4.
All right.
Dang.
All right, so it's a total of 9. Great. So hello, everybody. Welcome back. Although we didn't really take a break this time, we are diving straight into Game 3. We're quite not doing too well on time, so we're trying to hasten things quite a bit. We just came from a very lengthy Game 2. Both sides fighting very ferociously, but in the end, it would seem that too easy. With the late game center draft, were able to outplay Royal Supremacy in that game 2 of this best of 3, and we're looking to get into the final match. As we can see, the first round of bans coming up. Marcel coming in from the side of Royal Supremacy. Question, Al, has this Marcel seen a 100% contention rate in this tournament?
Is not just our home.
A 100% win rate, yes, I'd say.
I think contention as well. I think he's either been picked or banned in every single
yeah.
game we've watched. So, yeah.
Yeah, but
I think
he is one crazy support. He's fast, he can immobilize you before you make any plays. Yeah, as long as he's anywhere near you, you just know there's always going to be a 1 second lag between you and your skills. So yeah, he is a
that passive is quite broken in my opinion. As a certified Marcel abuser myself, I would say this hero is quite overtuned. Maybe not overtuned per se right now after the adjustment, but he is well tuned. I would say he is quite top meta. We can see the Mia and the tree coming out from the side of Royal Supremacy, and the Moskov and Panchito coming in from the side of Too Easy. They didn't have fast pick this time, so they decided to respect the. Is that an aura pick showing them that hey, we can Melissa too? Ow.
Yeah, I think it kind of was, since we've been calling J-Paul Reba the one trick, he decided to show us he can actually use an alert and come pretty well. And yeah, Campy did.
Born with talent.
He got really nice pickoffs, and now we see him on the Melissa, that hero he's used the entire tournament. So hopefully speaking, let's hope Amir MK has an answer for this Melissa, or otherwise, yeah, it's going to be a really short game.
Do you want to make friends with Nana?
It looks like Royal Supremacy might be trying to run. I personally am not sure whether Amir has anything left under. Yeah, and they also picked the Melissa, which he did really well with on the last game. But looking at the rest of the picks, of course, we can see King Zesty locking in that Nana yet again. I mean, don't fix what's not broken, right? And we can see King Gato as well on the Xbox, even though he didn't do the best exactly in the last game. We see the Guinevere jungle and Uncle T, Hashim's goat, with the man with the 2 long swords. Hashim decided to say the swords are average length, but for the sake of family-friendly stream, we should not be commenting much on the swords. We can see yet again the cow getting locked in from the side of Too Easy. They do not want to fix what was not broken, and so far I am really loving this lineup coming from Too Easy. Al, what do you have to say?
Yeah, I think Too Easy, this lineup is actually pretty interesting. They're going for a CC heavy comp. The Mino, the Lapu-Lapu, and the Gwyn. If any one of those is, it's kind of interesting seeing Melissa on the Purify, but she can only purify so much. Once you've purified, let's say Lapu-Lapu's alt, you have the Gwyn. If they're chasing you, you have the cow who's on your tail. So yeah, hopefully they use it to their best advantage.
Yeah, I would agree. Although they all have to be pretty careful about this Xbox without true damage.
Yeah.
He could really do put the nip in the bud or nip it in the bud, whatever Too Easy are trying to do. As we see the second round of bans coming up, we see Glue up there and Eudora. I think Royal Supremacy respecting the Eudora, seeing as they have drafted quite a Eudora-able draft, which that's possibly very understandable. Coming from the side of Too Easy, looking to take away the gun with the big blue balls, and nobody likes blue balls. Family friendly stream, by the way. We see the Gato catcher also getting taken down. Would we say Gato also has some blue balls sometimes? I don't know, but anyway, enough about the blue balls. Enough about the blue balls for now. Let's see what Royal Supremacy will be looking to ban in the last ban of the quarterfinals before we get into the game. Again, I'm really liking the draft coming from Too Easy. Now, what I would like to see coming from them from the last two picks is quite something with a lot of range. Something maybe like a Farsa as a mage, and I don't know, maybe even an Ixia coming from the marksman spot. I'm not too sure, but I would just like to see a lot of range coming from them. We see the Cloud getting taken out on the side of Royal Supremacy, who, by the way, would have been quite a good pick into this CC comp that Too Easy seemed to be drafting for. Are we going to see a Diggy? Is that something that we're possibly going to see this game?
Really, I don't think so. Honestly speaking. Again, we
see Boa flashing the Vexana. Changes it for the Zushin instead, adding onto CC onto CC onto CC. Very interesting. What I would like to see coming from the side of Royal Supremacy is something that disrupts Engage, because what you can see coming from the side of Too Easy is a lot of front loaded CC. Like they're just on board a marksman who is going to be clearing in the backline while all this CC shenanigans are going on. Now, when you see a team doing that, you want to draft things that disruption, like the Martis that we see coming here from King Shu. Very good pick as an answer to the CC heavy lineup coming from the side of Too Easy, and there it is, the Akai that I was very much expecting. I think that Too Easy are going to have a very rough game against this Akai, in my opinion. They do have the option, right? But I don't think they opt for the Beatrix instead. If you were watching our games earlier, enough about the drafts, enough about the picks. The picks have been locked in, and we are about to enter the final game in the quarterfinals of the Afro Arena Championship. Hypes in the chat, everybody. Day 2 compared to day 1, which was clean sweeps all the way. We have very hard fought battles in this other bracket here, with the 2-1 victory by Aura over Cross Tavern, and we're looking to see yet another 2-1 victory coming from one of the teams that we are currently seeing here as we enter the final game of the quarterfinals. Al, take it away.
Yeah, we're off to a pretty normal start with all of Too Easy going to help Green Jungle. Oh, not really. Just using that route to get to mid. Yeah, and honestly speaking, I think this is going to be one easily banned out. If they knew they were going to go for a CC heavy team, but they opted not.
I do not know why they didn't see the Akai coming. I could see it coming from miles away. I was actually just about to say Akai right before they picked it, and it seems like we can see some action coming in the bot lane. King Gato. I don't know if he's AFK, but was making some questionable plays and has to ban his flicker to get away from Deity and Uncle T, Hashim's goat. Looking at the top lane, we can see Akai trying to possibly set up 2K, catches Amir 2K, but is able to dash away. In the mid lane, we see the cow engaging onto King Zesty. King Zesty in a bit of trouble, but manages to get it.
I feel like Uncle T has a much easier time against Xbox than Beatrix has against Melissa. See how
it would seem like both lanes basically counterpicked one another.
Is this?
And it just seems like, oh, we're looking at a team at the first title fight of the game here. Insidious Silence forced the flicker on that cow, and that's a very valuable resource for the Roma. Deity gets the jump on to King Show, and King Show will go down on that Martis. First Blood and Turtle to the side of Too Easy, and we're looking to see possibly yet another kill coming from the side, but no, both teams are able to safely disengage rather. We can see at the top, as you have noted, Beatrix is being quite shocked out by this Melissa, having quite a hard time. We can see an engage coming from the side of Too Easy into the jungle of Royal Supremacy. Cow goes in with the ultimate, and it seems like this CC heavy team, they're really trying to capitalize on it before the Panda is able to get his ult for the disengage, which is the right thing to do, by the way, in such a matchup. But I don't know how long they're going to be able to keep this pressure up, because the second Akai gets that ultimate, I feel like the story is going to change quite a bit. Though we can see both teams basically disengaging and farming up for the next objective, which will be up in 63 seconds. Al.
Yeah, we see Beatrix getting engaged on.
Engaged, manages to ban the flicker to get to safety, and we can see possibly a counter engage coming from the side of Too Easy. Jumps onto the Akai. Akai pops the ultimate and gets completely pinned to the wall by the CC coming from the side of Too Easy. King Zesty forced in a bit of trouble, but manages to get away. Burns the sprint. Amir 2K looking to fast push this wave. I think they know that they're the only people there, and they're looking to get some plate. Uncle T seeing action as well at the bottom. I
Triple Rebirth barely survives. That's gank.
Yeah, that gank was quite deadly on that side, and I just missed it on my camera. Report IQ for lousy cameramanship. But in the meantime, we can see the Lord the Turtle about to score on second turn of the game, and we can see a cow getting engaged on, but manages to have the counter engaged. Gwyn doesn't land the jump because of the immunity frames coming from King Show, and it would seem that this is going to be a Turtle prior towards the side of Royal Supremacy. We can see the Panda zoning out Melissa, and we can see Deity securing the second title of the game. Boa goes in with the Zushin out, looking to pick off King Zesty. There comes the counter. From the Ghost gets taken down. J. Paul was trying to prove to us that he is not a one trick, but it seems like unfortunately this Melissa is not doing him a lot of favor. The cow in a bit of trouble, might get picked off by King Show, but no, the heals manages to keep him up, and we can see both teams possibly yet again resetting for the third objective of the game. Al, I have a funny question for you. So in the first game, we saw the panda versus, we saw the cow versus the horse, and the horse dominating, or rather the cow dominating the horse. And it seems like King Void this time picked the panda, yet another animal. What's with all the animals today? And the question then is, are we going to see panda supremacy over the cow supremacy? I'm not sure. We can see King Zesty's passive gets popped in the middle by Deity and Boa. Boa, in a bit of trouble, has to use the ult to get away. Uncle T gets solo killed in the bottom by King Gato. Unfortunate, it would seem like you jinxed him by saying he has a bit of an easier matchup. It's turning out to be the opposite, as we can see Amir having a whole level over J. Paul Birth in the goal lane. As we can see King Void possibly giving vision for J. Paul Birth, who is getting choked out in his lane. Ow. What do you have to say about these animal wars that we're seeing in the land of Dawn today?
I think so far the cow has really dominated every other animal. Look at him chasing the panda away. Honestly speaking,
all we're saying is that beef is the best meat.
exactly. Yes.
So we see a solo kill from Amir 2K on to J Paul in the goal lane, and we can see Too Easy setting up for the third turtle. We see them get caught in by a 3-man out coming from the cow. Panda tries to counter-engage, not enough. Martis is gonna get caught out by the immense CC coming from the side of Too Easy. And it seems like they are looking to prove us wrong. They're telling us no, one counter-engage is not going to be enough for the barrage of CC that we are gonna be throwing to these guys. King Zesty looking like in a lot of trouble, forced to pop the sprint to get away. The panda is back and gets bullied yet again by the cow. Wow, this panda is not having a good time today. We can see in the bottom King Gato, or rather Uncle T, cutting the waves on the side of King Gato so that he can help with this invade. Martis, King Show, getting choked in his own jungle, as we can see all the tier 1 towers on the side of Royal Supremacy down. Another engage. Xbox dives in. Is he able to get? He gets the Guinevere with the help of King Zesty. The cow finally goes down for the price of 1 King Show, and I think that will be all she wrote. Everyone is now taking the disengage. Very interesting team fight we saw there. Ow.
Yeah, I feel like Too Easy got a bit too greedy. Yeah. They should have just played it safe. After taking the objective, they should have just retreated and respected the fact that the enemy team has a Martis who's CC immune, and they also have a panda who's as much as he isn't well fed currently and deal a lot of damage. And
in a bit of trouble, but manages to flicker out. Martis in the middle of 3 members from Too Easy. Is he gonna get picked off yet again? King Shao gets killed. Gives Boa a killing spree on this Zushin. Is she running the Sky Piercer? No, she is not. But regardless, still doing well on a 4-1-3. And we can see the panda trying to go for the engage. I'm not sure why the panda would try to force the engage on this, but doesn't really get anything successful. We can see Deity continuing to choke out King Show in the jungle. As we can see, Too Easy setting up for the first Lord of the game, and it looks like this is going to be a very easy Lord for them. Tier 2 taken in the top lane, and Too Easy showing quite a dominant performance in this third game.
But there's something I've noticed. King Cho gets picked off a lot because he's mostly trying to do his own thing.
I'm not conceding that's what you're saying is very right. As we can see, King Shu pushing in the bottom. I'm not very sure that Martis is a hero that you should exactly be pushing on, not exactly the most mobile, not the best when it comes to taking down turrets, and it looks like he's just gonna get picked off again. A fight unfolding in the middle lane, and it would seem like they managed to get the Panda yet again. The cow goes in with the S1, manages to pick off a King Void and a J. Paul Rebirth, and Zesty. Will he get taken down? Deity dives in, manages to get the passive, but that's all she wrote, and we shall see possibly the tier 2s going down for the side of Royal Supremacy yet again. I fully agree with you. I'm not very sure who is calling the shots on the side of Royal Supremacy, but it seems like, I don't know, they are losing this war of attrition. It seems like the attrition from the second game has possibly gotten to them, and they're not playing as organized and as disciplined as they were in the last two games.
What's crazy is the fact that this is something I noticed from the first game. When Cho picked when Cho picked Cho, he was always trying to do his own thing. You know, the team is engaging. He's trying to go for the counter engage, which at some point is good. But at some other point, you need to work with at least one of your teammates for a nice gank, you know? You can't expect to do everything by yourself, and that is what he's always trying to do. He's always trying to go by himself. He's always trying to do his own thing, you know? And he gets punished once, twice, 3 times, and then like late game is when he'll realize, oh, yeah, I actually need to stick by my team. And that is when Royal Supremacy will start making the comebacks. You see?
Yeah, I don't know what exactly he's doing on this Martis. 1, 6, and 2 on that Martis with 2 stacks of Sky Piercer. I thought I had read it wrong. It seems like King Show might be a bit tilted. I'm not sure exactly what is going on the side of Royal Supremacy. Would have loved to hear what's going on in their comms. At the top lane, we're seeing possibly yet another pickoff on King Shao. 1 and 7. I'm
Sky Pierce at this point.
Yeah, I'm not very sure what is happening on the side of Royal Supremacy. I'm sure the comm situation there is quite interesting, but it is what it is, as we see 2Easy setting up to take the second Lord of the game, and they might be looking to end it with this one. Close to 8,000 gold, actually more, roughly around 8,000 gold lead to the side of 2Easy, and they're playing quite disciplined. Something you noted was that King Void on that Panda and King Show on that Martis should have been playing together as the center line of the disruption to the CC coming from the side of 2Easy, but yet again we see King Martis going to the top to do God knows what, having a 1v1 versus Bold, which is not really going to bear any fruits, to be honest. But yeah, I'm not too sure what the decisions are coming from the side of Royal Supremacy, but they're really not doing them well. They need to get their heads back in the game if they want to, do the amazing comebacks like we saw before. Deity tries to go for the engage on Chao, barely misses, and we can see the Lord marching on the top lane. Waves were not exactly synced, but they still managed to get 2 inhibitors, and again 2Easy are possibly looking to end this with this Lord, but the Panda just this time using the outright. But there we go, the cow with the engage, and we can see Amir on a godlike on that. We see King knocking at the door. They want their place secured in the semi-finals. We see King Zesty trying so hard, but Uncle T says no, thank you. We want ours. This is a Kenyan tournament, and Uncle T says we are going to keep it Kenyan. The Tanzanians better, get back on their flights back to TZ, but they could basically just walk there, as these are what we call majirani wetu, aka our neighbors. The only Tanzanian team or non-Kenyan team participating in this Afro Arena Championship. Wow, what a dominant game coming from the side of Too Easy. It would seem that Royal Supremacy just, I don't know, seems like the pressure of the first two games got to them, and in the war of attrition, it seems like they were not able to hold their own. Their jungler, King Shao, 1-8-2. 3.0 chocolate, the lowest score you can possibly get in the Land of Dawn. Very unfortunate thing. J. Paul Birth, Rebirth rather, was trying to prove to us he's not a Moscow one trick, but in so doing, it would seem like the Alot was a much, much favorable pick for him. This Melissa really did not do him any justice. Something he should have completely been dominating Beatrix with. Amir MK on that 10.4703 Beatrix. Very dominant performance, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, honestly speaking, this was so unexpected, yet very expected at the same time. Easy, locked in. And I really love their discipline. They learned from their first game and stopped making the same mistakes again and again. They started sticking together. They saw King Show extending so many times and used it to their full advantage. And yeah, gave him a nice chocolate as a present for participating.
As a present, and it's not even Valentine's.
Yeah, and Mattis is an early game. So the moment he doesn't dominate early game, you can't expect him to like come back later on. And so it was just set from the beginning. The moment he started getting dominated on, it was just it for this game. Yeah, and I think it's the shortest game of the day, right?
It is, in fact, the shortest game of the day in what we in the gaming space call a reverse sweep, with Too Easy coming from a 1-0 down, managing to clutch a 2-1 victory, securing their place in the semi-finals, and they will be facing against us, actually, my team Aura. And this is actually a match I am very much looking forward to, as I can see that we more or less roughly have the same style of play, which is something very interesting that I've noted from these games. Very interesting. Insidious Silence, very dominant performance on that cow. Uncle T, Hashim's got things. Boa, consistently a good mage on whatever it is that Boa plays, and we saw a very dominant performance from that Gwyn on Deity. Too Easy managed to take a convincing third game, and that will be it for the quarter-finals, day 2 in the Afro Arena Championship. It has been real, guys. We duly and heavily apologize for all the technical issues that we had earlier with having Podcast FC and Slideshow FC earlier. Again, these are just things that happen when, we're not exactly the most established, but definitely, these are things that will get more ironed out as we get more tournaments and much better, community participation and whatnot. So, in the end, all the teams have been locked in the semi-finals. On the first bracket, we have Touchgrass and DD facing off, and in the lower bracket, as earlier mentioned, we have Aura versus Too Easy, and that will be happening within the coming days of this weekend. Stay tuned, everybody, because those matches are going to be insanely action-packed. You wouldn't want to miss this. But for now, we will have to say goodbye to you all. It has been real, and it has been amazing being able to commentate for you guys yet again, and I will be seeing you yet again. Al, would you care to sign us off?
Yeah, thank you everybody for joining us, for your support. Yeah, even with the technical issues. Yeah, we'll try to work on them moving forward. Yeah, so stay tuned. See you all tomorrow for the semi-finals. Yeah, and I know. I know Bamfi is happy right now because he managed to save himself from buying someone a Starlight, you know. But
Oh yeah, definitely.
So we'll wait for your bets on the semi-final. We'll make him bleed then.
Yeah, but I think for that, would Hashim care to say some words before we close off?
Well, all I'm gonna say is it seems we keep having polarities in terms of the days of the tournament. Yesterday we saw 2 clean sweeps. Today we've seen 2 matches that have gone all the way to a best of 3. Literally one play was the difference in the results of tonight's quarterfinal matches. But alas, we have our semi-finals decided, and GG is well played to every team that's been knocked out so far, as they've really tried. Too easy definitely surprised most of us, as you saw the people predicting put their money on Royal Supremacy, and yeah, Too easy have just put in the work, and they were the better team at the end of the day. So it should be very exciting tomorrow to see the semi-finals between Dozen Dimes and Tatgras, and Too Easy versus my very own Daddy IQ's team Aura. And we shall see which teams we will. Oh, thank you. We shall see which teams will advance over to the finals and which teams will lose and fight it out for that place. Thank you for everyone who's tuned in and shown your support, and we'll make sure tomorrow to have zero technical difficulties as well. Today you guys have really had to go through a lot. But yeah, thank you for all your support, and be sure to let us know if there's any sort of input or thoughts or predictions or anything about the tournament so far. And thank you guys. Signing off.
And I have ended my stream.
Yeah, man.
Alright, let me end mine, but wow, they actually showed lead us some promise. The teams are good.
How many pick